What is up, everybody? Josh the Mosh in the pit once again. Thursday nights, you know where to be, and you know who I bring in with me every time. What is up?
What's up, JoJo? We see you in the comments already.
Right on time. We try to do stuff on time around here.
You know what? They have that expression, wrestling time. We try to have pit time. We try to start on time.
Just like PPW does.
Yeah.
One of the few shows that start on time. Try. It's hard.
Well, welcome to the pit, everyone. We got an exciting night for you guys. We got a fresh out of Texas talent. I don't even want to say fresh. He's up and comer. Like, he's not fresh. He's been coming up in the game. Really excited for that interview. Got some big news from AEW. Everyone.
Oh, yeah. The Death Dealer jumping in the pit with the Mother of Mayhem. So it's going to be good times. So stay tuned. But yeah, let's jump into it.
Well, I'll go first because I know that we were having Juan still working on his sound. A couple quick announcements out of the deathmatch world. Nothing crazy this week because we are on the heels of TOS. This weekend is TOS Tournament of Survival. It's GCW's big claim to that's their tournament that they do. It's their Big Daddy tournament. And so the big news for that is just like a lot of good matchups coming to that. So we'll have a lot of coverage for that next week. The main news that I have is two big things. I got reached out to earlier this week by the man himself out of Heavy Metal. Dylan Dunbar already told me about a match that he's having this Friday. By now, some of you guys have probably seen it. We have another death match in the mall this Friday at Heavy Metal. It's going to be Sky De Lacrimosa versus Ruben Steele. For those of y'all that are familiar with Sky, Sky is actually a hardcore hitting motherfucker. He walks around. I can't remember what he calls it, but he walks around with that gusset-plated stick. I don't know if it's Betty or I can't remember what name he calls it. If you're in the comments and you remember what Sky calls his 2x4 with gussets, let me know. But this one is guaranteed to be a banger already. Like, these two guys are going to go tough at it. In my opinion, Sky is kind of the hardcore guy coming out of Dallas. Like, Ruben kind of represents San Antonio, and Sky does this up in Dallas. Sky's wrestled at ACW for a long time as well. A lot of hard hitting coming out of this match. So I'm super excited. There's a lot of really good matches on the card as well for tomorrow night, but I'm the deathmatch guy, so this is the one I'm going down to see. Already went out today, thrift shopping, checking out some weapons making. So I'm going to be heading down there with some basic quick stuff today, and looking forward to that. The other news, for those of y'all that follow us regularly, we had Jaime in the pit last week, the owner and promoter for local wrestling, and he was talking about the upcoming GCW show. So my second announcement is that more names have been coming out, but this is a name that's kind of been dabbling a little bit back and forth in the deathmatch game. Alley Cat herself. I know Josh is having a struggle with pictures, but I'm just going to keep talking because my time is slim. There we go. Alley Cat has been booked at Fox Houston Loco versus GCW. This is actually a really big name. For those of y'all that don't know a lot about Alley Cat, she's from Texas. She is Texas talent. For those of y'all, what monstrosity you do? For those of y'all that don't know, Alley Cat's friends with Ricky Stark, that kind of deal. She's from here, so it's really good to actually see her. I believe that she's actually going to represent GCW out of Loco. So it'll be cool to see who she gets paired up with against. Last time GCW came to Austin, Texas, Alley Cat and Nick Gage put on a banger. So it's guaranteed to be what was Jaime saying all the way, fire pure, daddy. I'm all about this. There's been some big names: Effie, Nick Gage, AJ Gray, Alley Cat, Chris Dickinson. A lot of people come to Loco. That's my spiel, so we can move on to the next people. No deathmatch, no life. I'm your host of this segment.
Awesome, man. And that show in freaking Houston, man, Loco versus GCW. I just cannot wait. They cannot get here soon enough.
It's going to tear the building down, man. Like, that one's going to be insane. There's very few tickets left for GCW versus Loco Fight Club Houston. Yeah. If you don't have a ticket, you get there. For those of y'all that remember, we literally said the last time GCW came to town, it was one of the best shows we ever saw. This one's guaranteed to be even better.
Yeah, there's only 3 rows for seats. 2 rows are already sold out. So there's only 1 row left to get tickets. The rest will be standing room. It's going to get rowdy.
You don't want to miss this show. If you're anywhere near Houston or can get there, you have no excuse.
Absolutely. Well, we'll get moving on because we said we're kind of rolling through time here. So let's bring in numero uno to touch on a little bit of lucha news. some sad
Hello,
news, I believe.
everybody.
Oh, a little echo.
Oh,
But it's all good.
sorry,
It's all
my
good.
audio it's messing up pretty bad.
It's all good.
Yes, sounds better now.
Yep.
Okay, so just really quick, I hate to go when it comes to lucha. I hate to do announcements like this, but sadly we have to announce the passing of one of the most known exoticos in Mexico at the moment. Someone that was getting their second win after he was in AAA for a while, and he was always on the lower matches. But finally, he was getting his second win. He was working for IWRG with him and Jesse Ventura and Dio Salvaje. They were known as Las Chotas. Sadly, Wednesday night, Thursday morning, Pasión Cristal was in Acapulco. They were having dinner. They decided to go for a walk on the beach, and he walked into the water. And that obviously he's not from that town, so he doesn't know the parts or the places where he can go and where he shouldn't go into the water. So sadly, the waves were so big that he got pulled by the water, and he wasn't able to make it out.
Yeah.
He got pulled and he got brought back. He got pulled again, and he couldn't make it out. They were looking for him all Thursday morning, late, early morning, and all of Thursday afternoon. And they finally announced they made the official announcement a few hours earlier that he was found dead. So yeah, it's always sad to hear stories like that, especially of people who are
Up and
going
coming.
out. They're getting their name out there, and for X reason or whatever, destiny just life works crazy ways, and sadly he passed away.
Yeah, it's hard to make any sense out of things like that happen.
Yeah, so rest in peace, and he's in a better place now.
Yeah, condolences to his family in the wrestling world, losing up and coming talent. Yeah, man. I know you wanted to pop on to give your respects to them, so thanks for. I know you're in a different scenario right now, so you had to jump on, kind of guerrilla style.
Sorry for the audio and all the background noise, but
no, it's important though.
We're just glad you had time to talk to us while you were at the bird exhibit at the zoo.
So what?
I said it sounds like you're at the bird exhibit at the zoo.
So I wish I was at the zoo. It's my little cousin's birthday, and his mom decided to throw like a little surprise party, so I had to, be here. But I also wanted to jump in the pit really quick. So
appreciate it, man.
Thanks.
Family first.
Right, guys,
thank you for giving us some time.
Yeah, y'all have a good one.
All right, brother. Be safe.
Bye.
Yeah, it's always a bummer, but not all news is good news. We got it. That's what we're here for, though. Spreading the word, let people know what's happening. So let's pick up the pace a little bit as far as the vibe and everything, and bring in our kind of Mr. Energy Puro Bro himself out of Japan. He always kicks it up a notch and gets the energy flowing. What's happening?
Oh, for sure. Especially this week. Let me start the timer because there's a lot has happened this week. Now, I know everyone's like big thing. I know what everyone's going to want to talk about, obviously, is can you get the share screen, please?
Oh, you ready? Okay.
Fucking Miho Abe has come back to fucking New Japan. That's what I'm talking about. After about like a year to 2 years of her not being here, she has come and saved the day. Oh my goodness. So when she came out, so I guess I should give a little background. So Miho Abe is Taishi's like fanatic. Like she's there, she praises him because he's the Dark Emperor. So but for a while she was gone, but now she came back because it was Dangerous Tekkers versus GOD for the tag team titles. So when I first saw this, I nearly almost cried. I'm not gonna lie. I was very emotional. Then she took her mask off, and I was more excited. And then you got to see Taichi come out and her just praying, you know, it was just like things are back. Things are thankfully back. Thank you, New Japan. And she's just so happy to be back, and we're just so happy to have her back. It's just life is so much better with her there. I think New Japan finally is gonna. It's getting better, and Miho Abe is because she's back, and then thankfully because of her presence there, you know, she was able to will the Dangerous Techers for them to be, I want to say, a 3-time IWGP Tag Team Champions. So yes, no more of God. Thank goodness. I'm not getting wrong. I love God, but I've seen enough of God as Tag Team Champions. Now we have the Dangerous Techers, Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. as our champs. Yes, and there's that beautiful embrace of Miho Abe and Taichi. It's been such a long time since we've seen them together, and as usual, there she is with both belts on, crying. God, I love Miho Abe, and we're so much better for having her back. Thank God. Okay, and that's the end of my segment. No, I'm joking. No, I got more. Oh yeah, and then there was also the 6-man, and then the next day there was the 6-man tag team match, which was Ibushi. It was Ibushi, Sanada, and Naito, and obviously they lost because we have here Yoshihashi, the greatest 6-man tag team champion, and he's not gonna lose it because this is all he's ever known. So I feel bad for anyone. It could be fucking Okada trying to go for the belts. They're not gonna remove it off Yoshihashi because he's like fucking Superman when it comes to these fucking belts. So good for them. Yay. So now we have the New Japan Dominion. So remember I talking about all these Tokyo Dome shows that were gonna happen, baseball.
Yep.
Scratch that. Not gonna happen. There hasn't been a date for them to be. It's just chalk it off to COVID, right? But now we're having Dominion on Monday. So now we're gonna run through the card real quick. We have this 10-man. Let me count. Yep, 10-man match. Who cares? Let's go next. Now we have. Okay, so this one's interesting here. Now we have a 6-man match here, but as you see here, the 10 new tag team champions are on this match against Okada and Sanada. And I'm so sorry. Naito. Fucking brain fart. See, Miho Abe has me all shook up, man. Miho Abe, I tell you what. So we have here
doing the thing and everything.
I know. My bad.
Help you.
But yeah, so Naito and Sanada, they're like I said, they fought for the 6-man before, and now that I'm seeing this match, I'm gonna take that's gonna be Naito and Sanada going for the tag team champion. So that's gonna be real juicy. That's a new matchup we have not seen before, and that's also what that's what we've been telling New Japan, like, yo, you have such a rich roster, why don't you just go ahead and just make new tag teams? And here's one of them, you know, Naito and Sanada. So it's great. I'm excited for that. Now we have Ibushi versus Cobb. Now what's been really cool, if you actually been watching these last couple of Road 2 shows, like the last 2 or 3, there's actually been surprisingly really good. I've been having to eat a lot of crow because I've actually been watching like the multi-man matches, and I've been enjoying them surprisingly. And what we've been seeing is Ibushi and Cobb have been going back and forth, and Cobb has actually unleashed his own version of the Komagoye when he hits the double knees and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And Ibushi sells it like he's fucking dead. You know, just imagine this big old fucking dude, his knees big, his like legs as big as tree trunks, just fucking hitting you right in the fucking head. Fucking great. This is gonna be an awesome match. It is a little bit spoiled though because there's one of them is actually going to be wrestling in America pretty soon, so I think that might hint toward who's going to win. But I'll let you figure it out.
Yeah.
Who can be coming to U.S. Next, we have Desperado versus Show. Now this is going to be interesting because Despy is actually just getting over a really bad case of the COVID. So I don't know, is he gonna be able to do the usual 20-man just nonstop fight for the IWGP junior heavyweight like match? I'm not sure. I saw a little bit of him in one of the multi-mans, and he looked all right, so this should be fine. But I mean, it's a different story to be in a tag team than to be like in a singles match. So well, you know, and there's no reason Despy's gonna lose this match. I'm not gonna lie, even though Show is a little more charismatic than Joe, so I could kind of see him be in the future. But Desperado, the story last year in the junior division was all about Despy. That match he had against Takahashi Hiromu was fucking amazing. So I expect him to keep it. Now, fucking Okada versus Shingo for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Now, for anyone that, for the belt, for the vacated title, because, unfortunately, our man, had to leave to the UK. But, so, there's two ways they can do about this, right? They can go ahead and build a brand new champion, right? And crown fucking Shingo, which is what I'm hoping for. I'm rooting for Shingo 100%. The dude does not have a bad match. I've never seen a bad Shingo match. But with New Japan having some issues with money and trying to push it forward and trying to see, hey, how can we sell tickets? Okada, man. It's Okada. He's a moneymaker. He's the brand. When you think of New Japan, you think of Okada.
Yeah.
So, and only this, because this is a new championship, right? Okada's never held this belt. So why not have Okada hold the belt down until Will Ospreay comes back? So I fully expect Okada to win, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I am rooting so fucking hard for Shingo Takagi.
Same.
Like I am like,
Same.
I'm not gonna lie, I might actually cry if he actually wins, right? So with that being said, and that's on Monday, so check it out and avoid Facebook if you're not gonna watch it live, because Facebook will spoil the shit out of it, right?
Yep.
But
Absolutely.
next, the other thing that happened this week was this fucking rumor about WWE and New Japan partnering. So they got this con guy who is just a new suit at WWE, and he's trying to do brand new things, right? So he's trying to have a partnership with New Japan, but for them to be the sole partners of New Japan in America. So no AEW, no Impact, none of Mexico. Yeah.
AAA.
Exactly. I don't see this happening at all, to be perfectly honest. They have way too many relationships with so many other promotions, but money talks. Money fucking talks.
Yeah, but I don't know how much money they got. They're trying to cut everybody and sell their shit. Seems like
exactly, right. So I'm gonna throw away this rumor until I see something factual. But a fun fact that I learned along the way, and this is for your old school guys, right? Back in 1990, this is the first time New Japan W has talked. Back in 1990, there was the Wrestling Summit. It was a joint show between New Japan, All Japan, and WWF. One of the reasons is, at that time, New Japan and All Japan were kind of, I don't want to say they were struggling per se, but there's another promotion called UWF. It was more like real based, and that was the number one wrestling promotion at that time. So, they needed some money, so fuck it. Let's do this awesome show.
For like a minute. UDF for like 6 months.
A hot second. Exactly. It was a hot second and it fucking disappeared. It's crazy, right?
Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
But what's cool about this, so like I looked this up. I'm like, I've heard of it, but I've never actually seen it. The fucking lineups we're talking about here, dude. We have fucking Misawa as Tiger Mask versus Bret Hart, two of the best technicians in the world going up against each other, right? Then you have freaking Giant Baba and Andre the Giant versus Axis Smash.
Demolition.
What?
Yep.
Dude. And then you have
Macho
Henry versus fucking Macho Man. What the fuck? Dude, I'm gonna tell you right
beautiful.
now. We're talking about on the same show, three of the greatest Japanese wrestlers of all time, three of the greatest wrestlers in general, paired up against some of the best American wrestlers of all time. And then the main event, fucking Hulk Hogan versus Stan Hansen. Now, for those that don't know, Stan Hansen is a fucking god in Japan. So this against, so you have
fucking beast.
You have Hulk Hogan, who at that time was the man in America, versus
that's peak Hulk Hogan right there.
Yep, peak Hulk Hogan, and supposedly this is where you actually see Hogan actually wrestle and not do his usual stuff. So I looked it up. This bad boy. You
got drop toe holds. You got arm block, like all kinds of shit Hogan threw out at that match.
It's insane. It's a side of Hogan that probably never showed up in the USA.
But every time he was in Japan, that's how he worked. And that wasn't the only time he worked there. Yeah.
Exactly. It wasn't the first time. Yeah. And because work rate is really what mattered over there. And Hogan was smart. He could do it. And fun fact, this is for anyone that has never seen the show. This is on Daily Motion. There's 3 parts in it. Just look up the Wrestling Summit. Yeah, New Japan Wrestling Summit. is there. There's some interviews along the way. Bret Hart, I saw one where I was watching a little bit of Bret Hart versus Tiger Mask, right? And fun fact, I learned that Josh actually watched this. And he co-signed it. Yeah. I mean, he kind of revealed his age a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
I was in high school. Yeah, I wasn't even young. Like when this happened, I was in high school, getting ready to graduate almost. But anyway, it was good stuff.
Yeah, man. So out of this stupid negative rumor, I've found this fucking amazing show that after I get off, this is what I'm going to watch. So
you'll like it.
You should YouTube it. There's some pretty good YouTube videos out there where guys will break down the Wrestling Summit, and they have some pretty They have some pretty interesting takes on Hogan's wrestling ability. I can't remember the name of any of them, but I went down a rabbit hole one day and I came across it.
Yeah, it was.
Man.
It's like not saying that it was great, but it was surprising from what you see Hogan.
It was great Hogan.
Yeah, it was great Hogan. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's a perfect description of it. Great Hogan, surprising. Yep.
Yeah. For sure, man.
But
other than that
wouldn't have got him anywhere where he was, though. If that's what's his skill set and how he was trying to work here in the beginning, he never would have been Hulk Hogan.
No, it's not.
Birthday, Hollywood! Happy birthday!
Yeah. Oh shit! Oh crap! He's at. Hey, you know what, Terry? I'm not gonna lie, man. I thought you were in your 40s.
I did too. I mean, technically he was.
He is till tomorrow.
I would have put Terry at like 42, honestly.
Damn, man. Hey, I hope when I get to your age, I look that good, man. Tell you what.
I know, that's Hollywood right there, man. That's why we call him Hollywood. Yep.
Yeah. But other than that, man, y'all have a good night. I'm about to go check some fucking Japanese fucking WWF bullshit. Let's go.
All right, man.
Peace.
Thank you, man. See you.
That summer's no joke. That summer's no joke. That is a hidden golden oldies.
Oh yeah, and I said it just makes me feel old because I watched it like then, like in '90.
I came down that rabbit hole a few months myself. It was a good match.
Very cool. Well, as he said he wasn't going to do, but he did. He went over on his time, so we got to get moving. So let's jump to our AEW segment and bring in our AEW expert.
What's up, guys? I don't know how I follow those other guys. I feel like I need a sound machine on. Maybe I don't know. I can't talk as fast.
It's all good.
I have no pictures. Sorry, guys.
It's all good. But you got fans in the chat. Look at that. They're chanting you. Look at that. Look at that.
I got my pickle beer on today. That's it.
Nice.
Is he trying to be another affiliate? Like you're trying to make we're gonna start our affiliate Borracho Club.
There you go. I was gonna say, I want to before we go to AEW, I want to give a shout out to the PPW Women's Champion, Maddie, who had her nose fractured. It was not me. I just want to say that clearly. Y'all have been up in my Twitter and in my Instagram, like tagging me and pointing fingers. It was not me. So y'all need to quit that. You guys can get me in some trouble.
So what you're saying is Maddie's going to get her nose broke again later on when y'all meet.
I'm not saying nothing. Right now, I'm not squashing the beef. I'm just putting it aside for right now.
She said it wasn't her, but she didn't say it. She didn't have anything to do with it. I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
It's like the Tanya Harding scenario. It's Nancy Kerrigan, Tanya Harding.
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
let's move on to AEW.
Compared to come on now.
that was Brad.
So before we go to AEW, I do want to say Ring of Honor, guys. If you guys are not keeping up with Ring of Honor, go check out the women's tournament. It's amazing. Last night was Alex Gracia versus Willow Nightingale. If you don't know Willow Nightingale, you need to hop aboard that train like really quickly because she is amazing. She's charismatic. She's just talented as hell. And I think people have been sleeping on her. She did two matches in AEW Dark.
Yep.
Go check her out. She's also does tag team work with Solo Darling, another very talented lady.
I didn't know that.
Cool. Yeah, Willow. So Willow just got her ticket to the Ring of Honor women's tournament. Alex Gracia did not. I do think that Alex Gracia should. She has been putting in the work. I think she puts in the work. I think she's been hustling over this pandemic. I mean,
Yeah,
AEW. She did. I mean, we all know that she did her WWE tryout. She's at Ring of Honor. I mean, she's been training at the Dog Pound. She's training at the Rhodes Academy. I mean, I don't know how she has a personal life, but we'll see what happens. You know, I was a little miffed about that one, but I do love Willow. We saw Roxy got a ticket to she was the first entrance into the which I'm so proud of her. She's also, you know, like for the past 4 years, she's 19, and for like past 4 or 5 years, she's been killing it. So I mean, kudos to her and her work ethic.
This is her 5th year. This is her 5th year.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, she's out there. Guys, if you haven't gone to check out Ring of Honor, I know it just came back. I know they still have no crowds. You may not be into it, but go check it out. The women's tournament. They also have some great segments with the guys. I don't know if you guys have known, but Khan, who is part of the tag team Sons of Savagery, has officially moved to Texas. So we have a Ring of Honor member in our backyard, which I'm very excited about because dude is jacked.
Good dude. He's a good dude. He's a good dude.
He really is.
I enjoy my conversations with him.
He's my new BFF. I'm gonna keep him on my good side. I don't want him on my bad side. He's a big guy. I don't want heat over there.
Yeah, you better watch out because he has somebody's back that might have a problem with what you might have been a part of. But anyway,
all right, we're moving on. So AEW, you know, for the guys for the past 2 weeks have been on Fridays because of the whole, you know, stuff. You know, whatever. Yeah, whatever. So they've been on Fridays. So I'm excited to see what they do tomorrow. But I really love the fact that they're bringing in so much new talent. The pay-per-view absolutely killed it. Unfortunately, I was working, but I had to go back and I still had to watch it because that's what I do. I'm a nut. But the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle, they killed the Stadium Stampede. I did not realize that you could catch lightning in a bottle twice, but they did. They went out there. They did a totally different match than what they did with the Elite, and they killed it.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Speaking of which, when MJF and Jericho went up in the stands and fought, they were like 8 feet from Paul and Shane.
I mean,
I saw that. They saw that. We posted pictures, or he posted pictures of that.
Yeah, that was
pretty sweet. Yeah.
And you know, the
shout out to Sammy.
Yeah, exactly. Big shout out to Sammy Guevara. I loved the hug with him and Fuego at the end. Him and his girlfriend. I thought those were really sweet touches. I mean, out of all the guys between the Pinnacle and the Inner Circle, to have Sammy finish it, I mean, I think that is just a chef's kiss to what they feel his talent is.
Yeah, I mean, he took the fall last time and now he got the fall, so that's it's a full circle.
Exactly.
I dig that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only did he, I mean, look at the fall he took last time. I mean, that one-wing angel off of like how many feet up in the air he took it. Yeah. And then he took this, and then he took down, you know, Sean Spears with that. Was it like a 450 kind of craziness? I mean, so I really enjoyed it. I really liked it a lot. There was a lot of putting over the younger talent during Double or Nothing, and I'm here for it. I think that it's fine to have legends. It's great to have 6:30. Thank you, 6:30.
Math is hard.
Math is not my strong suit.
Math is hard.
I like wrestling.
We got to count to 3. That's it. We need to do for wrestling. We can do 3.
Maybe 10 when there's a count out, but that's it. I'm good.
Not in AEW. We're in AEW segment. They don't make it to 10 ever.
No.
Anyway.
So I love the fact they put over a lot of younger talent. I love the fact, you know, Jungle Boy, I think, got one of the biggest pops of the night as well. He was put over. Just Double or Nothing, which is another great pay-per-view by AEW. Seeing Britt Baker finally win the championship when she went from go away heat to like real heat to like just to see her transformation over the past year has been amazing. It was so great. And to see her finally play into it and get the win, and she's got the title and the new title. Thank you, AEW, for making the title just a tiny bit bigger and not like, I don't know, like a toy.
I know, yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the bigger belt.
It look like the NWA title. Yep.
Exactly. Be a little different. So I'm glad they changed that up. But overall, I feel like they've just been doing such a great job with putting over the younger talent and also using the talent that they have, especially the legends, Christian Cage, Sting. They got great big pops, and they did what they needed to do, which was wrestle. But you don't always need to get the win. Those guys are so over anyway.
I say that every time we talk about that. You don't have to go over to get over.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell that's one of my boring catchphrases that I tell people all the time.
And even though
a lot of people bitch about AEW picking up like previous WWE guys, like, oh, it's just the reject bill. But then when those WWE guys go out there, they cheer for him. They want him to win. It was shocking that people wanted Cage to win that.
Mm-hmm.
But good call on Junior Boy.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's weird too. It's like all these people are like, oh, go to AEW, and they're like, oh, but they picked up the rejects. And I was like, well, they're also not booked as well. I mean, look at Miro. Miro right now is what could have been in WWE. He really could have been that. I loved him over there. I thought he had potential. I think everybody saw it. He got over some of the dumbest catchphrases with the Lana is the best, Lana number one. He got over the Miro Day or Rusev Day, excuse me. I mean, those are so silly, but they were so over because he was, and then they decided just to kill it. And he comes over to AEW and they're like, yeah, go for it. And he puts over the best man. He puts over that gimmick, and it's so amazing what he's done with it. And I love him, and I hope he has a big title reign. I did like the fact that Lana finally congratulated her husband today on Twitter for winning the AEW title.
Yeah.
And
for
he's
no
like,
reason.
huh. Yeah, she was for no reason. He's like, thank you for finally acknowledging it. It's kind of funny because I sleep with it. So I was like, I love it, and I love their dynamic, and I love his dynamic. So I'm all for him being the TNT Championship right now. He does not need a run right now at the big, world champion. I think it's perfect.
I agree with that right there.
Dead on the money.
Yep.
You think so?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, the only one. Okay, so I love that Leo Rush was there as the Joker for the Double or Nothing. That got a big pop. I don't think he needs to be signed right now. I love him on the Indies. I think he needs to stay on the Indies. I love him.
Yeah, they have a handshake agreement supposedly, so they're not going to sign him.
I'm all for the handshake agreements, and honestly, I would love to see Tommy End as a handshake agreement as well, because I would love to see him and Moxley finally go at it. And if you guys don't know who Tommy End is, brush up on your wrestling. It's Actor Black. We're not calling him that.
I think he's going to New Japan. That's my guess. New Japan for Tommy End.
But that's okay because New Japan has a working relationship with AEW.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what we're saying. The handshake agreement.
Totally cool. But New Japan is a place that Tommy End goes main event status pretty quick, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I mean, the dude is super hella talented. And if I could see him and Moxley for the championship, come on.
Yeah.
For New Japan, take my money. Just take my money. Just take it. It's fine. I just need to stop working and have y'all guys pay AEW directly.
Right.
I need new merch. What the hell? But honestly, I feel like that would be a great. I think it's great. And Heidi Loveless, aka Ruby Riot, another one. I would love to see her pop up back on the Indies soon. I'm a huge fan. I don't think they ever used her to her full abilities. And like I said, a lot of these talents don't need to be signed because I know they're going to kill it back on the Indies. They're going to kill it with handshake agreements if that's what AEW is doing. Same thing. So I'm really, really excited to see what is in store for these guys. But guys, that's it. That's all I've got. I am.
And breathe.
And breathe. I'm just going to take a drink now.
There we go. We'll both drink. We'll all drink. Cheers.
Cheers. Guys, I'm really excited about the next segment too. Crowley, Cult of Crowley is one of my new favorite tag teams in Texas. Yes. If you guys don't know who they are, where the fuck have you been?
Not at the shows.
Not at PPW.
Yeah.
We that's old news for me. We already knew.
Exactly.
Yep.
We've been knowing, guys. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it, Mel. I think that's like we can just jump right into the interview now. I mean, Melanie just freaking set it up perfectly. So let's welcome in, kind of fitting, we can welcome in the Death Dealer into the pit. Like, I think that's a fitting place. Welcome.
Hello.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Going all right, man. Thank you for the time. Thank you for your patience. I know we're running a few minutes late, but here we are.
We appreciate you having us. There's a lot of mosquitoes out here, so you might see us.
We will jolt at
and keep you on your toes. And thank you for taking the time out of your training as well, because I know y'all are at training at Hybrid. I love the representation.
That's the great thing about Marvel, man. He's always happy to help us, let us do what we need to do to grow the brand. So, you know, we appreciate him letting us take this time out to do this.
Yeah, we've been big supporters of his school. We've had a lot of the talent in the pit, you know, with Maddie, Royal Taxation, and you guys now too. So yeah.
So my first question in the interview is, Crowley, everything's getting big, like everything's going huge for you this year. What's next? Like, how do you keep the momentum rolling as 2021 is really kind of kicking off here in June?
Man, it's a lot of work. It's between training and hitting the gym as much as we can and working our jobs. It's a
Your
lot.
Business, yeah.
Yeah, we run several businesses on top of wrestling, so it's kept us on our toes for sure. I'm gonna plug in our show on the 12th because we've got a big match coming up. We're not gonna spoil anything of who I'm gonna wrestle and who we're gonna be in the ring with, but it's gonna be big. This weekend we'll be out in Far, Texas, at TWL.
Yeah, Texas Wrestling League.
Yeah, so we're excited for that.
As for what's next, it's going to be mainly grow as big as we can through Texas and the South and anywhere else that'll take us. I don't think it's going to be too difficult now that things are back up. We'll be able to run shows. Crowds are able to be back. I personally love that aspect of having fans cheer or boo, whatever they prefer.
Exactly.
I think that with all of this coming back together, it'll be really a great year for wrestling in Texas, period.
Yeah, I mean, Texas is the hotbed for indie wrestling, if you ask me.
Right.
I mean, I think there's no better state super 100% biased, but but I mean, I'll bring it on. If any other states representatives want to say something, let us know and we'll put it up. Put our state up against anyone. And that's the beautiful thing that I think I mentioned it to you in one of our chats is I see all these new show posters popping up and I see you on them. And that's exciting, for me as a fan, obviously, and plus, I mean, appreciate your work. I mean, I booked you in my show. So, so how I feel about your thing. So how does that feel? Like, you're in shows, you're on shows, and now you're starting to see yourself on the posters. Like, how is that, like a little surreal, or like, how do you feel about that?
I think it really is. We've invested so much time and so much effort into our gimmicks, our ourselves in general. Not only
he's having issues.
I'm
with the
not
camera.
good with this. We should have brought a tripod. That's usually
Yeah, we can see y'all fine though.
okay.
Great.
We've invested so much time and money into what we do. We've been really lucky to have coaches like Funaki and Chris Marvel grow, help Kristen grow as a manager. And, you might see her in the ring once or twice here and there. It's not something we are willing to. What's the word I'm looking for?
I'm trying to see. It definitely has to be a safe match. I've had a
match for sure
that it inhibits me from doing a lot of the bigger things, which is why we went the manager route. I'm also very good at talking, and Crowley isn't.
It's match made in. I was going to say match made in heaven, but I don't know if that really works with your gimmick. It's a match made somewhere.
There we go.
To be exact. So yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty surreal. Having people contact us wanting to book us all over Texas. I mean, I honestly, right now, I would say Far is literally the furthest we've gone so far as of right now. But Texas Wrestling League, I've had my eye on them since before right when I started training. They were one of the first companies that I started following, and then I started learning about all the other ones. I kind of kept going and going. Yeah. So it's been an unreal feeling to seeing our images on posters.
And the posters getting printed. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like seeing we've done in our industries, we've done flyers, and we've been on flyers, but to see a poster with your face on it, that's different. You know, to be able to sign something. Like we signed posters.
Yeah, for Charlie's birthday. Yeah, so that was really cool, and that was, I think, to us, that was one of the more. Yeah, there it is.
And this is signed by y'all. Right here.
Special thing I've been able to do is,
I got an extra one for me. I told y'all those were all for the sponsors, but there was one for me.
All right.
I'm sneaky.
You've got to put over at times, right? So it's been really cool. You know, when we say we've invested a lot in this, not only in school, like our entrance song is a custom song that we had made by our friend Orlando. We've recently hired a PR company to really kind of push us to the next level.
I've been working with Howard Fine's company, an acting company in Los Angeles, who's worked with WWE to hone in on promos, and we're putting forth the effort.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to put y'all over even more, of all the talent I've worked with, and I'm not trying to say anything about anybody else, but no one has ever been so organized and prepared for a show. Then I was telling you that I need to talk to Marvel, and you need to start, like, they need to have a class for y'all to teach everyone, and it would be great.
Our OCD kind of comes into place.
Yeah. Having not only your own music, but then your own cut already to the winning, like, or the like the different version of the song too. Like that's just chef's kiss.
It's definitely OCD to the max. We both are very list oriented, so if things are cluttered to us, we're not going to send it to anybody.
Yeah, no, we've been man, it's been a lot of work, and it's great to see it. It's great to see it pay off. We're really excited for all the matches that we've got coming up this year. I think we've got about 10 or 11 shows, 12 shows booked throughout the year already. So for being such, I guess newbies.
Recent graduates. Yeah, recent graduates. We can say that.
We just recently graduated back in December.
I was going to say 6 months. Yeah.
So the fact that we've been consistently booked almost every weekend, at least one show, it's been something really special to us, and it really shows us that hard
work pays off.
Yeah. So it's been cool.
My question.
Yes.
Well, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No,
I always love to ask this question to talent, like kind of in your position right now. AEW, WWE come in, recently signed up a bunch of Texas talent. It really closed the last chapter on which was a great chapter of Texas wrestling. And in my opinion, we're looking at an entirely new book right now. Like there's an entirely new breed of talent. Cult of Crowley being one of them, in my opinion. How do you feel more nervous knowing that the game, it's wide open right now? It's anybody's game. You know what I mean? Or do you feel like, no, this is my time and I'm confident I'm going to get it?
I think, man, I don't know what to think, honestly. There is so much happening this year, and especially, what is it, next year? I think WWE is going to be
no, this year.
Well, yeah, that's right. They're going to be here this year.
The end of the year, September, right? I think.
Yeah.
I think it's exciting. I think it's a new energy. It's a whole new roster, so to speak, of all this new talent coming up, and honestly, everyone motivates each other. That's what I love about wrestling as a whole, is everyone's like, oh, I love what you're doing. That's awesome. And
yes.
So I think it's exciting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, and I mean, and to add to that, the people that have been supportive, but besides Marvel and Funaki and our coaches and colleagues, I'm sure you guys are familiar with George Wolfe. He's down from LWA.
Yep.
He's been one of the most supportive people. All right. He's been one of the most supportive people that we've
absolutely.
met in the industry. He's, technically we don't like each other, but love each other.
That happens a lot.
Yeah.
That happens so much in this business. Yeah, there's people I hate, but I love. Yeah.
At Lucha, so we've got to keep, you got to keep the storyline alive. But
absolutely.
But he has been one of those people that has been so supportive. My arm's getting
your arm, so this will be fun.
But he's been a really great support. And again, I always go in these like tangents. My brain
you gotta stop him.
Yeah, my brain goes
all
crazy.
Good.
When it comes going back to your question, when it comes down to it, obviously I know everybody, the big dream is WWE. That's everybody's big dream, and that's great. But to us, we have so many great friends in Impact, and I think for me personally, like that's the goal. That's where we're aiming to go at the moment. Obviously things could change with time.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Or if people ask
if people ask, obviously things are always open for business, I guess, as you could say.
Oh, Maddie wants to know if you live in the.
We do.
Yeah.
This is our home.
Yeah, she knows it very well.
She's been here.
Yeah. But,
do you feel like your decision to go to Impact might play more into the creative control that you would have over your gimmick?
Yes.
100%.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, it'd be tougher in the bigger ones.
There's definitely that. There's definitely that, and my baby Trey works there, so.
That's actually my first time seeing you. Was like I was backstage at Slammiversary a couple years ago, and I just saw you with them, and then I saw you in a ring like a couple months later, whatever. I was like, wow, I know that
guy. We've watched the match back, and our favorite moment was you just yelling at the end. We were like the match was great.
But
this, right?
I'm always the loudest guy in the room.
That made. Honestly,
made me cry laugh. I was surprised I held my straight face.
Yeah,
awesome.
I broke. I started laughing as I was walking down the stairs. But again, it goes back to 100%. It does have to do with having the creative control of our gimmicks, because we have put so much into it, and whether people know it or not, there is some Texas to it, because as we all know, Waco was a big cult thing with the Davidians and David Cruz. That has been such a big inspiration influence in we're not trying to
you're
go
not trying
that
to
way,
do that.
but obviously when it comes to our gimmicks, like that was a big influence. Incorporating that into it, so
and it works.
Thank you. We're
got it.
And I, especially with the kind of the conversations we've had, which you've kind of switched up some thought processes on how you were going to go forward with that. I'm so excited to see how that works out, going from trying not to be just one way. You know what I mean? I think it's going to work great.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
We're really excited to see what's going to happen over the next, however long we do this for. And honestly, our main focus right now is Texas. Is putting our face in every brand that we can in Texas.
Build the Crowley brand, so to speak.
Absolutely.
Texas is where to do it.
We're lucky enough to have some good connections outside of Texas. Trent,
I would say so.
Trent is he co-runs AAW Pro up in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to working with them. Him and I have been in talks, and so obviously that's going to be a big
This is nice that you're answering questions that we were going to ask before we asked them. It's beautiful. But that's okay though.
AAW is not a small fry promotion. Like that's big shit. Like AAW came here a few years ago. Like that's to me with PWG and some of those promotions exiting. Like AAW is primed to be like the number one like big shit indie company. You got to get in there.
Well, their production is stunning,
amazing.
I think, man, there's so outside of Texas. There's so many big ones, but the main ones that we really had our eye on are obviously AAW Pro, Black Label Pro, Limitless,
all good ones.
Beyond Wrestling.
Ooh, Beyond is a good one.
Beyond is, fuck.
Fitting.
There.
Wait, no, you can fucking cut.
Okay.
Fucking cut.
Oh yeah, let them fly.
The people they've had in there, I mean,
I let you cuss at my son's birthday party.
That's
Come on.
true.
We had that conversation. Yeah, we had that conversation.
Yeah,
So
some people don't like it, so I try to
at least ask.
Yeah, I always ask.
It's all good.
Before.
So
yeah.
Like I said, that was usually the next question is like, what other ones you're looking at? And you listed that. I kind of been wanting to ask, you were also, and I don't think you're going to do it anymore, but y'all were doing design for gear. Like y'all would design gear. How long did you do that before?
So we picked it up. So when I started literally training, again, because my mind is so fuck forward, that I think 20 steps ahead of what I should be thinking. Right when I started training, I mean, I started ordering gear left and right. And it was some great stuff and then not some great stuff. And Kristen had some background in sewing, and fashion and stuff. So we were like, let's do it. Like, let's just do it for us, for friends.
I taught him how to sew in one day.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's impressive.
He's crazy good learner at everything he does, but he learned in one day, and then a week later, because this is all during COVID, of course.
Sure.
In our real life, our jobs were closed down, so all we did was sit at home.
Yeah,
and drink
and that. But
now you got numero dos's attention.
But within a week, he had like 20 pieces of gear for himself, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
We saw some of the work, which y'all don't. I mean, most of the fans probably didn't realize at the PBW show that y'all didn't wear, but another talent wore. That was one of your former jackets. It was very nice.
So
the jacket Richie's new gear was.
You made Richie's jacket.
That was actually
our very first jacket.
Yeah,
they gave Richie that. They didn't make
that
it for
thing
him.
was fucking sick.
Yeah, thank you. That was
amazing.
That was so hard.
And it was hard. It was hard because when we first started, we didn't really know the array of fabrics, and so we decided to go with the hardest one, which was like marine vinyl.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no forgiveness. And there's no forgiveness in that. Yeah, there's no forgiveness in that material.
I broke so many needles on that damn jacket.
Yeah.
So many needles, and I think I yelled at him about it too. I was like, I broke so many.
That was a big thing. But yeah, like she said, when we hit quarantine, I just went nuts. Like I couldn't focus. I just drinking because I couldn't work. We couldn't train.
We couldn't go to the gym because all the gyms were closed.
And my attention span at home workouts is terrible. We did some Muay Thai stuff at home, which was great. So I was like, teach me how to sew. And so she taught me, and I mean, I just went head first. And so we've been lucky enough to make stuff. We've made stuff for Sledge.
I was gonna say I was gonna get to another thing that was kind of cool that I know about, but see where you're going first.
Oh no, you
like you said, you're probably gonna you're gonna probably
you
answer.
We'll let you say.
Like, well, just how does it feel like to see gear that you design that's on a WWE figure?
That was
because that happened.
Really, like unbelievable. So
Brad is in amazement right now. He's like, what? What is happening right now?
We made Cross's gear. We met him at a BOW show, and we had met him before at the pay-per-view at an Impact pay-per-view, the one where he had the black X over his face.
Yeah.
Hard to kill.
Hard to kill.
First blood drawn match.
Yeah.
Oh, but the pay-per-view was hard to kill, right?
Yes.
Yes. And he was so nice and so like just friendly and very soft-spoken, surprisingly, for such a violent man.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
cool.
when we met him at BPW, we just happened to mention that
Or
we were
BOW.
Branded Outlaw Wrestling in San Antonio. Yep.
We were very lucky to when we met him, he was like, "Oh, I'd love for you guys to make me some stuff." So we made him some stuff for the indies, and when he got the call up, it was stressful because he was like, "Hey, I need 2 sets in like 2 weeks." And again, this was back when we had first kind of started, so doing something in such a short period of time, we were like sweating, yeah. So, oh no, he's gone.
It's okay. I'm still here.
So we were. I mean, I'm just seeing it on TV. It was just
surreal.
I mean, that's pretty cool. But now it's like forever.
Yes. And then on a figure, and then not just that, but like on a champion. Yeah,
NXT champion. In case y'all didn't catch on, Karrion Kross is who we're talking about. Yes, because we're just like, oh yeah,
that guy
from BOW.
That's been a really surreal experience, and honestly, on top of that, like just doing the stuff we've been able to do for our colleagues, and our friends, like Brandon Weiss, David Kidd, Richie, David. We've done stuff again for Sledge, who's a friend of ours. We did stuff for
You're back.
We've done stuff for
he's muted.
O'Shea Edwards from
okay.
Yeah, we did some knee pads and singlet stuff for him. So it's been cool. And then we kind of decided to hang it up, so to speak, because of between running our business and training and our bookings, it's just got really overwhelming. With Kristen, or Lilith, she works.
You did it before I did it. You did it before I did it because I was going to do that.
She works a lot more than I do in our day-to-day business, so it kind of all fell on me to constantly make gear, and it really got into my gym time, and I can't have that.
Yeah, and again, like I said, you're answering questions that I was going to ask. That was my follow-up, so that's beautiful. Because I figured that's kind of what it was. It's just you have so many in the air, you got to focus on the ones that are going to get you where your goals are. And I don't think the making gear was your goal. I mean, I think that was just something nice on the side.
It was just fun.
Exactly,
yeah.
It was something that like we started doing for fun, and then people started seeing it. We did stuff for like Alex Zane. We did some stuff for him. We did his Baja Blast knee pad and kick pads.
And the
orange, which were both very difficult fabrics to find.
He's in WWE. He's at Performance Center now too. Right?
He's on NXT.
He does. He's been doing a lot of main event.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's been doing stuff there. So it's been cool. He hasn't won our stuff there. But it's been cool seeing him because we got to know him on a personal level.
Right.
So it's been these last 2 years have been just.
It's been a bit of a ride already.
It's
started.
And it's only the beginning. Like
I don't have to say.
Big
6 months in right now.
Crowley.
That's been it's been a lot of just work. Just everything. It's been a lot.
So it might be. The answer might be a repeat of what you've already stated, but I always kind of ask the same question. So like, looking in the future, and everyone has goals, everyone has their lists. Like, what moment will it be that you're gonna have that like super surreal, looking in the mirror, like I made it, like this is it. Like what would it take for you to have that moment right now? Is that Impact debut? I mean, I would think it would be a little more than that. To
me, like I'm a much bigger dreamer than he is.
Yeah.
Like I dream big. I'm one of those people.
Nothing wrong with that.
So that way.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Ryan just nailed that right there. Sky's the limit.
Yes, exactly. So I would think he would finally feel it because this man has done a lot in his life involving crowds. It would have to be a very big crowd for him to finally look at me and be like, we did it. So if it is an Impact show, it would have to be like a pay-per-view where there's a large crowd, or AEW or WWE, him walking out and seeing the crowd, not the Thunderdome, the crowd.
Yeah.
Not there's anything wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it.
You want
but,
pulses.
I mean,
yeah, we want
that
pulses. We don't
is-
want screens.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's where I think he would find
As we're talking on screens right now. But
Yeah,
True.
right.
Yep.
We all live further away from each other, so it's a little bit
This
harder
is
to
a-
make this happen live.
Yeah, we're in Kingsville, San Antonio, and Austin right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't even know where the middle would be. It'd be some like weird, like middle of nowhere farm.
Yeah.
Or desert. Who knows?
Yes, Texas is big. We have
I
everything.
think. I mean, she's right. I've been lucky enough that when it comes to hair, we both have traveled a lot and done hair. My biggest show, I would say, my second biggest show, I did a show in Russia, and I was in front of 1,000 people cutting hair on a stage, which it was nothing I thought hair would ever get me to something like that.
Yeah,
So
that's something
that
that you
was
don't really
very
connect with.
surreal.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a very surreal moment. And the other biggest one we had was when we did London. We did a Salon International, which is like the biggest hair show in London. So we got to do that on main stage in front of, I don't even know how many people.
remember, but we were the only Americans to ever be on this stage. So
Huge.
we've accomplished things in our careers, and we are those people that we don't stop until we don't stop.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you haven't stopped yet, so it's
We
gonna be hard to
could've
pull that
just
one off.
switched.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep it moving.
Exactly. And we're going to go. And even when we hit that moment, because I know we will hit it because we don't stop, I don't think we're going to realize it. I don't think you're going to realize it's
Why
that
not?
moment. He's going to be like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
What other big thing can we do?
Yeah.
That's
Again,
wonderful.
not to give anything out, but the June 12th show.
It's going to be a good
That
one.
one's, I think, that one to me is going to be like, holy fuck, this is happening kind of moment. And, yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else.
You can't go.
Like,
you
even
do more,
just
you're gonna
honestly,
give it away.
even
Yeah.
just thinking about it, my brain's like,
And he just
it's
exploded a
already
little.
like, yeah, it's already kind of moving on. Okay, that's gonna happen. What's gonna be the next step? So, and it's not even. I mean, we're still a week away from the 12th, and we're 2 days from our
From
next
far.
show. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard for me to enjoy the now because my wheels are always turning to the next.
Yeah.
So.
Crowley cut my hair. When I see signs like that, that's funny.
I'm perfectly fine with that. That's fantastic.
Honestly, too, to add to that, I think another really cool moment was when we did GCWA, the after hours show.
That was rowdy.
That one, we had a Crowley's gonna kill you chant, and that one.
That's what he wants to hear.
I've always wanted to hear that one.
Yes.
I was part of what started that one. Just saying. Just saying. I was there.
I just know it came from somewhere behind me, and I was like, "Oh my
his
god!"
little
Like,
heart,
yeah,
fluttered.
that was
That's
really
cool.
awesome. And then also somebody was singing Mr. Crowley from Aussie, which
Nice.
that also has a part to do with
Huge
with the
impact.
The
gimmick.
name. Very cool.
With the name, yes. And so those two moments were kind of just like,
Yeah. This is one of the loudest ones at
man.
GCWA. JoJo.
Yes.
He's always one of the loudest and gets involved.
yeah, it was
Richie's
man, it was
number one fan. Just saying.
So it's been really cool. It's just been so far it's been
And it's just the beginning.
yeah.
I would say you're 6 months in.
Right.
You're 6 months in.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
way more to go. As far as this path.
Yes.
You've been in
Oh,
for a
yes.
while, but
This
6
path,
months in.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the next step.
Yeah. It's been nuts. On top of that, I mean,
No, go ahead. You
um,
can finish your thought.
Okay, yeah, and to add to that, I mean, having Casey with us has been awesome. He's a lot younger than us, and he's got a lot more.
Well, don't tell him that.
Well, I mean, he's a lot younger than us, and he's got a lot of energy, and having him being the brute of the group has been, I mean, it's been just amazing. It's been such a good feeling to have him with us and collaborate his energy and his thoughts and his persona and his ability into what we bring to the table.
Yeah,
so
it all works well together.
Exactly. Yeah. So the Cult of Crowley isn't us, just us two. It's us three. It's a family. Yeah. It's, the fans. They're part of the cult,
and it's growing.
Yeah,
yes.
and I mean that's what we want, man. We want to take over.
We want to take over everything.
Hell yeah!
Love it. Well, I know I distracted you a little bit, but what we do here, we end every talent interview with a go home segment where me and Numero Dos, we do like a rapid fire 20 question, usually non wrestling related.
Okay. All right.
And there's no wrong answers.
Okay.
Except at the last one, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
The 20th one, there is a wrong answer.
So
Crowley and Lilith, are y'all ready to go home?
No, but I guess.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
5.
666.
Nice.
What's the most ridiculous fact you know?
Fuck. You know this.
I know. Shit.
Oh.
I know that a form of bread takes like 6 years to make because the yeast has to rise.
Very ridiculous.
Yeah, she really likes bread.
I like bread.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love your favorite TV show?
10.
For like the
favorite
same one?
I mean,
yeah, we can do our it's a
mine's
group.
10.
It would be New Girl, so 10,
be.
yeah.
10? All right.
Yeah.
What is something that everybody looks stupid doing?
Dancing.
True.
Sneezing.
No, that's what everybody's scared to talk when they sneeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how far would you run for $1 million if you didn't know how far you had to run, and if you didn't run far enough, you got nothing?
A mile.
How far? A mile? It's just a mile?
I'm a manager, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair.
For being able to do what I can do in the ring, running is definitely not my strong suit. I need to have my Brooks shoes, my grandpa shoes on, and my socks. I got a whole outfit to run. Yeah. So yeah. So
100 meters?
Yeah.
Not far.
Maybe like
I don't think y'all are getting the money.
No,
we're definitely not.
No. But good try.
Yeah.
This is a group of questions.
You went farther than me, so that's what matters.
This is going to be an interesting question
no.
that might come back to your wrestling. Because what kind of secret society would you like to start as you're a leader of a cult? That's kind of
That would be honestly, it would be fantastic.
But it would be a cult solely based on sour candy.
Oh,
nice.
I'm doubling. I'm Cult of Crowley already. I'm more for your sour candy cult. I'm in.
Yes.
Did you win the first fight you ever got into?
I did.
Wait, like physical or in?
Yeah, your first physical fight you ever got into.
Oh fuck!
I
no.
did.
Oh no!
Yeah, sorry.
I have asthma, man. That kid he hit me right in the stomach, and I was out. I was also in 3rd grade.
Fair enough. That's about what I expect. I usually expect like the elementary school fight.
No, I was 21 and in a bar, and he was a gutter punk.
Nice. So he deserved it. That sounds nice. Y'all remember that? Y'all tried to mess with him at shows.
Yeah. I'm the real fighter.
I'll just push it. She'll take you out. I'll just walk away.
How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
Oh my god. I wouldn't want that to happen.
I don't think that'd be possible.
It would have to be one giant chicken.
Yeah.
Or
the chickens.
47 small ones.
Or it would have to be the chickens from Chicken Run.
Ooh, that's
there. You
go.
Those guys are pretty good.
Would Crowley do a death match or no?
No.
Fuck no.
Ooh.
I would not do. And I say this because I've already been asked to do No Peace Underground.
Oh, I bet you have.
Yeah, and they're like, deathmatch hardcore, and I was like, no and no. So no.
We don't do like if you break something in front of us, we both throw up. Blood makes us pass out. Just no.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Right. What's the weirdest thing a guest has done at your house?
What? What would be?
No, those. She just up and left in the middle of the night.
Who?
That's kind of odd. You don't have to say the name of the guest.
I won't
That's
say
fine.
the
That's
name
fine.
just in case she randomly decides to watch.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, because this will be on YouTube forever.
Perfect. We had a roommate. We had a roommate who I tried to hook up with someone, and who knows what happened, but all I know is that she left in the middle of the night and didn't tell me or him or anyone, and left half her crap there.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And she didn't ask for it back ever.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
She was like, it's gone now forever.
I don't-
replace it.
I don't own that shit. I'm just gone.
God.
There's stuff now. In your own personal heaven, what album is playing on repeat?
Ooh. Oh shit. It's heaven though.
Yeah.
That means we like
Positive.
it.
Like
Yeah.
you're
Positive.
like this is your happy place. Like
Mine
this is
would
your
probably
favorite
be
album
Story of
ever.
the Year.
In your happy
you're gonna-
place, this album plays on
This
repeat.
is my because it's my happy
Okay.
place. Story of the year.
Okay. I'm gonna go with AFI Sing the Sorrow. I mean, I'm a huge Aussie fan. I'm a huge Motley Crue fan. But if we've got to look for something that doesn't like make you angry or anything like that,
Like it's your happy place.
yeah, like AFI
Yeah.
Sing the Sorrow was like my teen years like fucking album for like I listened to it like nonstop. So that would have to be
He
it.
still does.
I do. I
Very
think I
cool.
listened to it today.
If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends think you did?
Mine would probably be a bar fight. And
Okay.
Mine would 100% be a bar fight.
the last time I almost got arrested was for a bar fight.
Yes.
It happens.
And that was my last fight. And I won.
There you go.
There we
Turned it
go.
around.
Hey, things are coming up for you.
Yeah.
What character from the show The Office really made that show great?
Ooh.
And why is it Dwight Schrute? Okay.
Dwight's my favorite.
Yeah, we actually just
We just finished or
No,
just restarted it.
yeah, so we got Peacock obviously like everybody else for WWE. And so we started watching Parks and Rec, and then automatically it was just like, because you watch this, I'm gonna automatically start playing The Office, and we're like, we're
Yep.
not mad. And
Yep, that's how they
it
roll.
has to be
It
Dwight.
has to be Dwight.
Dwight, I would
Stanley
say
is also good.
Stanley's
Stan's
like
good.
second right there.
Yeah, the beautiful thing is Dwight, is the only character that had a line in every episode.
Yes, really.
I
Yep.
didn't know
Really?
that.
He's the only one that
Your weird facts.
appeared.
So I know the
I'm the biggest Office fan there is.
So I know, a fact for The Office, if I'm not mistaken, the very end season finale, the wedding episode, he didn't know that was going to happen, right?
I think
no.
that is correct.
That
I
is
think
correct.
It
That was a true
surprise.
moment. There was a lot of moments like that in the series, but yeah, that was definitely one.
Yes. Oh, and the biggest comeback of the year was his hairline.
That was
Impressive.
from season 1 to season 2.
Impressive. It's like
Very
LeBron
true.
James.
Yeah.
But anyway, would you rather be covered in fur or covered in scales?
Fur. Because I like to be warm.
Yeah.
Fuzzy.
Yeah, I'll go with fur because I don't like snakes, and they technically have scales,
Well,
Correct.
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your least favorite household chore?
Dishes.
Yep,
Fuck dishes.
it's got to be the dishes.
Dusting.
Yeah.
Dusting.
But we never dust.
Yeah, we don't.
It fits the vibe of the cult crawl.
Hating pretty hard over there. They're hating pretty hard on Dustin over there in the house.
Would you rather have a sailboat as your home or an RV?
Ooh, RV. I think an RV would be.
I guess an RV because he wouldn't like the water.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
water
not
would be a
very, I'm
problem
not
in
a
a
very
boat.
good swimmer, so I'm gonna go with an RV. Plus, with wrestling, we could just
There you go.
drive around.
Yeah,
Travel.
we wouldn't have to worry.
Absolutely.
So,
Who punches harder, Betty White or Queen Elizabeth?
ooh, Betty
Betty
White
White.
for sure.
Hell yeah, she does.
Dude,
Have you seen her?
she's outlived everybody so far.
Would you rather eat pizza for every meal or ice cream for every meal?
Oh,
Oh no.
I'm gonna go with pizza.
I'm gonna go with ice cream.
House divided.
Cheers.
I like it.
Yeah.
House divided.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what we do here in the pit. Breaking up households.
There it is. All right, we're done.
Which Starburst is the best Starburst?
Cherry.
Quick. That was her
Because that's
quickest
the only
answer.
one I'm allowed to eat.
Yeah. I like, well, yeah, I have to say, that's a tough one because I like cherry and strawberry. But are we talking about like just like the regular
Yeah,
old
not
Starburst?
the
Because
sour ones.
there's
Classic.
like the classic. Yeah, I'd have to say the cherry. Or you could just mash the cherry and strawberry together.
Together.
That's
Yes.
what Andy calls a sandwich.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Final question, and again, like I said, there's there's no wrong answers, but actually on this one there is. Do pineapples go on pizza?
Yes.
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 Oh no.
Man, and they're good too, right? It's delicious. It's the best.
See, but I do chicken and pizza.
Oh,
I do chicken, bacon, and pineapple.
oh yeah.
Oh, you gotta try it,
It's
man.
super good. And then he does a honey sriracha too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's my cheat meal. My biggest cheat meal is Hungry Howie's. Have you guys ever been there? Do you guys have it?
We don't have one in Austin.
Oh.
Oh, it's so
So
good.
yeah, next time you come up this way, you have to go. There's only 2 in town, but it's cheap. It's not like it's a level above CC's and Little Caesars, so it's not like fancy. But they let you put flavors on the crust. You can't. You just
Can't go wrong.
can't go wrong. It's fantastic.
Well, besides the answer to that question, it's been great having y'all in the pit.
Thank you for
Um,
having us.
Give y'all a moment to let everybody know how to find y'all on social media and where y'all are going to be. Just this is y'all's moment to let everybody know where to find you, so you can get some more followers.
Wonderful. So Instagram is a.crowley with 2 Y's _.
Mine is. Oh no. What is my?
Is it the only Lilith?
The only Lilith.
She gets confused. She gets her Instagram and her Twitter
My
confused. all the
Twitter,
time,
my Twitter and
Tough.
Instagram are slightly different.
And then your Twitter is I am the Lilith.
The Lilith.
And then mine is A Crowley with 2 Y's _. There's no period.
You're probably right, Matthew.
Yeah, no.
Those are the main ones. We're more on Instagram. We're still learning Twitter.
We're not old, but we're old.
Well, coming
Twitter.
from our original industry, it's everything is so image based with hair and hair color and haircuts that was our focus. So now we're trying to dive into Twitter a little bit more, but it's hard. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, everybody that's watching, follow, like. Oh, is that everything? I'm sorry.
No. I mean, they'll see the shows on the Instagrams and stuff.
We post all of our flyers and everything, so you'll be able to see where we're coming and if we're coming to your town.
Yeah, Texas Wrestling League this weekend. The hybrid
show next
Trade Day. Yep.
Trade Day. We're excited to see the babes.
Very cool. Well, again,
yes.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
So good to have you guys.
Oops. Sorry.
Great interview. Great.
Amazing interview.
I was excited about this one for a couple weeks. Josh told us a couple weeks ago we were getting the Cult of Crowley in here, and I was so excited. I feel like I say this all the time, but that was one of my favorite interviews. That one went 20 minutes over. That was easily our longest interview, I think, that we may have ever done.
And we could have kept going for another hour. I mean, that's usually the case, but that was just so easy. Those interviews are the ones I like where they answer the questions before we even get to ask them. So it's just like story time, and that's the best, So I enjoyed it. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Wait, and
had a blast.
Sorry, killing time a little bit. So next week we will not be having an episode. We're on hiatus for 1 week only, though. It's not like the unknown that we've had in the past.
It's a little busy next week. We got some stuff going on. There's a lot of deathmatch stuff going on. There's a lot of personal life stuff going on. We got to take a break from time to time.
Yep. So this next week we won't be back. We'll be back in 2 weeks. We'll let you know who's jumping in the pit with us, and we will see you guys whenever I hit the right button so we can say, see ya.
Later, guys.